Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great day. Can you believe it's like June 7th already? I think it's the 7th. Anyway, today we're going to talk about, is it good to be afflicted? Psalm 119, 71 through 76. The psalmist rejoiced in affliction, because trials added to his knowledge of God. His heart and spirit were enriched as well. To him, the resulting lesson about the Lord's constant grace and righteousness were more valuable than a sack filled with gold and silver. Affliction has a powerful impact on a believer's faith. Consider how David's pursuit of the Lord developed when he was running from Saul. The years between his victory over Goliath and his ascension to the throne was demanding and draining. The challenges that David faced molded him into a wise leader, a skilled warrior, and a humble servant of the Lord. The Psalms revealed that David's struggles taught him dependence, perseverance, and many other valuable spiritual traits. The Lord also provided comfort. Even when God is molding you into the person that He wants you to be, He can still comfort you. Servant's faith. Psalm 86:17, by means of affliction. 2 Corinthians 1:4. The message we share with them is, God is enough. He is sufficient to meet all our needs. Even when the pit feels too deep, the obstacle too high, and the suffering too prolonged. 2 Corinthians 2:14 tells us that believers are a sweet aroma on this earth. We carry cheer to the discouraged, relief to the hurting, and the message of Christ's love to all. Sometimes that's a hard one to swallow. And you guys know I'm going through a lot, but it seems like every devotion that I read, it's like, okay, I hear you. I hear you. It's been since April that I had the issue with my house. And it's been 3 weeks now that the construction company was supposed to come and do fixes, which we've had a lot of rain, and they still haven't showed up. And the once little spot that you could tell was leaking has turned into a bigger spot. And there's a clause in my homeowner's policy. You know, they won't fix it because it's a faulty construction error from a claim I had 2 years ago, which was a nightmare in itself. And, you know, last night I couldn't sleep because it was raining pretty hard here, you know. And I've had, get this, the guy that's handling it for the construction company wanted me to blow dry the area. Now, I'm a hairdresser, right? Blow dry the area. Now, I've had a fan on the area for 7 days, nonstop. And it's not dried up, right? But he wanted me to blow dry the area. Sometimes I think they think because you're a woman, you're stupid, right? The spouting has gotten worse. Some of my soffit is sagging. This is my third home, fourth actually if you count my first mobile home. wasn't born yesterday. But, you know, last night, whenever I couldn't sleep, I was really praying, God, what should I do? You know, I've taken a bazillion pictures of my house, you know, during the whole construction process. It's frustrating, you know, and mine is not an affliction of the flesh right now. But it's just, you know that God is in control. You can't see what he's doing in the big picture, right? But frustration. And I don't have a retirement. Like this home is my investment. And I feel like that whole construction job ruined my investment. And I don't know if any of you have ever been in a situation like that, but it's like, I need somebody to help me. You know, and I don't know how somebody can do a job and not do it right and stand behind it and say, oh yeah, that's a great job. Because, you know, my job is visually on the outside of someone. So if you look at it, you know, everybody sees it. They know it's a terrible job. This is an interior, well, the original company that came to look at the leak before we knew that the insurance company wasn't going to handle it, said it's the worst job they'd ever seen. So how can you as a company stand behind a job like that and say, oh yeah, that's great, knowing less than 2 years later, things are falling apart? Are you going to take somebody like that? Wow. And say you're a Christian on top of that. You know, everything that you do, God's watching. Other people are watching. And this is a multi-million-dollar business these people have. And I might just be one little peon that doesn't have very much money, but this is all I have. So when you're doing a job for somebody, wholeheartedly, as if you're doing it for the Lord. And I'm probably not even charging what I should charge because I don't make very much money. But dang, really? You're going to mess somebody's life savings up? I know, that's just my thoughts today. Because I just can't even believe what's happening. Pray that all this with my house gets resolved because I don't have the money to fix it, and it was a $30,000 claim. And the adjuster that was the original one that helped with the claim through my insurance company no longer works for the company. Imagine that. So, have a great rest of your day. Love you, my friends.